Recording. Okay. So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where in the world you're connecting from. My name is, again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Antonio Sangio, and I practice and teach Introspective Hypnosis. Today, I am in Rome, Italy, and next to me we have a friend and colleague, Judith. Judith, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Dutch and I live in Rome, 25 years, and I'm working like a tourist guide. But my great passion is spirituality and in particular hypnotherapy, hypnosis.
Hypnosis, yes. So this is what happens. Judith took the Introspective Hypnosis class last year, right?
Yes.
Just when the pandemic hit. Actually,
yes,
the pandemic had started at the
yes.
beginning of the pandemic. Judith took the Introspective Hypnosis class. She is from the Netherlands. She lives in Italy, in Rome, and she is a tourist guide. So first of all, I want to thank Judith because Catherine is next to the camera. You don't get to see her. Catherine is my wife. She gave us a spectacular tour around Rome. I recommend you to contact her. I'm going to put her contact information here. Do you have an email address, Judith?
Yes, I have also a website.
And website, right? Do you want to say what your website is? So,
yes.
and I'll put it there so people get to know.
Yes, it's in Dutch, yes.
Do you want me to?
I give you my...
Okay, so we're going to put her website and her contact information. If you guys want to tour around Rome, riding a bicycle, I would recommend you 100% to do it. It was spectacular. You know, riding around these historical places and monuments and narrow streets and all places, things that you would not normally do in a regular tour. She's the expert besides the knowledge, because you study history and arts, right? So she knows everything. It was really, really, really amazing. So right now we finished the tour and we're having a cup of coffee. The reason why I wanted to record this, there's a dog there having fun, it seems. So the reason why I wanted to record this video with Judith is because I find her story very interesting, how she got into hypnosis, right? Gonna do an introduction and then you're gonna tell us your story. Okay. So Judith, you were supposed to be part of which class that was gonna be live in person? Which class was this?
It was class in Utrecht, in Holland.
It was going to be in Holland.
I think May or June 2019 or 20?
20,
yes.
Right? So you were going to be part of this in-person class in Holland, in the Netherlands, in 2020. And at that moment, well, actually, when we were in Peru with a tour with Alba Wyman and Lyra Styra and a lot of people from our group, we were in a tour, the pandemic hit, and we were in lockdown. At that moment, we realized that all of the countries were doing the same thing. So to make a long story short, we were forced to postpone or cancel the Introspective Hypnosis class that was going to take place in the Netherlands, where Alba was going to be present too. Actually, at that moment, we had a few live classes scheduled, including Los Angeles and then Australia, which we also had to move them to online. What happened with Judith is that, as you may understand, since she is a tour guide, when the pandemic hit, especially in Italy, there was nothing here.
No,
Everybody was in lockdown. You basically lost your job, lost your income at that moment,
completely.
right?
Yes.
The story with Judith is that, as it happened with many people, they started emailing me saying, I will not be able to participate from the class, and I prefer to have the money back because I'm going to need the money during this time. Something was telling me that I should push Judith to move ahead with the online class, because we're switching to an online class. But then Alba sent you a beautiful email.
Yes.
Right? I said, Alba, how are we going to manage this? Because we were being bombarded with emails from people. How are we going to take the class? I don't feel comfortable taking an online class. When is the live class going to take place? So in the case of Judith, she didn't feel comfortable taking the class because she needed whatever money she had prepaid, ahead of time for the pandemic. It wasn't certain what was going to happen to her and to everybody in general.
Yeah.
So Alba sent her a beautiful email. Do you remember what the email said?
Yes, because I was convinced to cancel because I needed the money so very much. And but then Alba wrote me, and it was a letter about if you have signed up, it means that you are called for it. So you are ready, it's your moment, and you have to do it.
Right.
You will see if you will do it and you will practice a lot, you can work with it and you can earn money with it. And she told also about herself. It was a little bit a similar situation at the beginning.
Right.
So it convinced me. I thought, okay, that's true. And then you offered the possibility that I could do it with the amount that I already had paid for Holland. It was the half of the amount. I could use that for the online course.
Right.
So I decided it, and I'm so grateful until today that I did that.
Thank you. So yeah, and that's what Alba said, and I remember. If you were guided if you felt you had to take the class when you registered, it's because your guides were telling you, were pushing you to take the class because, in a way, they kind of knew what was coming for you in the future, which was not being able to generate income because of the pandemic, right? And you have 2 kids to support.
Yes.
So you took the class and you started practicing hypnosis, right?
Yes.
I mean, thanks God, everything, as you can hear a lot of noise here around us, is because there's a lot of people coming to Italy.
Yeah.
A lot of tourists coming back.
Yes, happily, yes.
And you're busy with the tours that you do, bike tours. And you were telling me you do it like sometimes twice a day, right? You have like 2 tours a day, which is very great. But now she's practicing hypnosis, and during that time, you were able to facilitate sessions online. You know, that's the beauty of introspective hypnosis, that you can facilitate sessions from your home using your computer and a headset with anybody in the world that speaks the same language that you speak. And you speak Italian, you speak English, and you speak Dutch, right? Because you're from the Netherlands. So you started doing that. Did it help you? Were you able to...
A lot. Yes, I used that time that I had no work. It was very scary, of course. I have 2 kids alone. I need to feed them. But I used all that time to study, to go inside, to profound myself, everything. And I made my website and a Facebook page. And then I started practicing with colleagues. And slowly also with clients. And it helped a lot. It was for me, it was everything, because before I had done the course with Dolores Cannon, but also online. But it was not enough for me. It was really a problem because I had done the course and I thought, now I'm ready to do. I did some sessions and it went terrible. It was dangerous because I didn't know how to manage it. Because there you learn how to put someone under hypnosis, but only one technique. And then to do the therapy, you have no tools. So we're 2 persons. I didn't know how to manage it and they were afraid, and then I put them out, and so they came out afraid, so they never want to know anything. And then so I needed more. I want to go ahead with this, and this is the course of Antonio. It brought me everything I needed, everything. I'm so grateful. So I'm still developing, of course, with my colleagues, and also I'm working. I'm doing sessions because this work like a tourist guide is in the seasons. So we are finishing now half of November. Then I have no work for some months, and then I will do only hypnosis online and also in presence. But it's only almost everything is online.
It's online, right?
Yes.
That's. I have not facilitated an in-person session. I mean, a regular in-person session since March 2020. Yeah, I've been doing everything online. And when I went to Peru, did 2 workshops. In the workshop, you have to facilitate demo sessions in person. There's no way around it. But I'm able to facilitate sessions online, and now I'm traveling. I'm here in Italy because I'm spending a few days here before I go to the Netherlands, where we're finally going to take the class with the group where you were supposed to be in. And I'm able to keep working from wherever I am.
Yes.
Now, going back to what you were saying about Dolores Cano's methods, QHHT, Quantum Healing Hypnosis technique. We're not talking bad about the technique. I'm really grateful to Dolores. I learned how to navigate sessions in the best possible way from a great teacher. We're just referring to the difference. There's a different techniques, a different way of doing things. And when I created the Introspective Hypnosis class, I thought of everything I wish I had been told what I was learning. So I came up with more inductions. I came up with techniques that I had learned from Aurelio Mejia, my first teacher. Then some of the followers know this. I learned from the Michael Newton Institute, Life Between Lives, and then from Jose Luis Cabuli. So I practiced 4 techniques. So the technique has been evolving by itself. But the great thing here is, and your story is that you followed every single advice that it was given to you. Do your website, get your picture, record videos, keep practicing. You will never feel ready. When you finish the class, even after years, you're never going to feel ready to facilitate a session because you don't know what your client is bringing. You don't know what's going to happen in a session. There's no way you can be ready. Judith followed every single advice, and she's now practicing hypnosis. She's back to doing the tours. Now you were telling me about this different type of tours that you're doing now, right? Now that you're into spiritual things and metaphysics, you're changing the type of tours or implementing.
Yes, using the energy of the monuments.
Energy of the monuments.
Yes, beautiful spiritual tours.
So it's great. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Again, really grateful that you're here with us, with me and Catherine, and that you gave us that amazing tour. I really recommend you guys. It's not because she took my class and because she's a colleague and a friend. I really mean it. It was awesome riding around Rome with her.
Thank you.
So it's good. What else? We're gonna say goodbye because people are looking weird at us. Like, what are these guys doing, right?
Yes, I would like to say something about you.
What?
Because the thing so very, very important, I think, is from your method, is that you work on the trauma, on the emotions. And that's, I think, because many people that are working with hypnosis, they are, the nice stories that is coming out, nice past lives, so interesting, but it never helps you to resolve your problems. But that was for me so important. You work on the problem, and it's the trauma. You have to put a person in the emotions, and it's not easy, but it's really the way to resolve the problems. And so I love this method because it's not only nice and you know everything. I was a king, I was a prince. No, you're resolving the problems. So it's very, very important, I think.
Thank you.
It's really a therapy.
Thank you for saying that. So yes, what Judy is saying is, I mean, it's truth about the approach of the technique is that the way I see it, right? When you learn hypnosis, you have 2 paths. You either become storyteller, or you become a therapist of the soul. When I say a storyteller is when you have people coming to you just interested in and understanding their past lives. They're curious about their past lives, but as I was learning from Aurelio and I was learning from Jose Luis Cabuli, my last teacher, right? Aurelio Mejia and Jose Luis Cabuli is my last teacher who taught me past life therapy. Every time somebody goes to a past life, we need to understand how that past life relates to the problem they're experiencing now. If they're visiting that past life, it's for a reason. There's a missing piece of their puzzle of their soul in that life, and we need to help them understand what that is. Most of the time, that missing piece is related to a trauma. And what is a trauma? Trauma is an event that the soul was not able to process completely. Since the soul was not able to process that completely at 3 levels, physical, emotional, and mental, part of our soul, part of our energy gets trapped in that experience. And it creates the symptoms for us. Now, does every trauma originate in a past life? No. It can happen after, post-mortem, after your body dies. It can happen during the womb. It can happen while you're being born, and it can happen during your childhood. But we're working in introspective hypnosis. We start working with a symptom, and a symptom, as we work with a symptom, sooner or later we're going to end up in a past life. Most of the time we're going to end in a past life. So yes, as Judy said, we work with the trauma, and that's what we need. That's the people that come to us need help with their traumas. And could be when we're talking traumas, and we're talking about physical, emotional, and mental symptoms. Sometimes they don't even know how to explain it to us, but the phrases they mention during the interview can give us an idea of what could be happening, and let's see what happens during the session. So going back to what we were saying, every time somebody books a session with me, my idea is to, if you want to call it that way, do therapy on their soul, help them overcome that trauma, and help them end the entrapment of their soul.
Yes.
So thank you for saying that.
Yes, and there's also another thing I would like to say, because when you have the course is beautiful, and all the tools, you learn all the techniques, everything that you need to know, and then after there's that beautiful mentoring group. For a very small fee monthly, so we stay always together. It's not that after the course you are alone, you have to manage everything alone, because that developing goes ahead and ahead, always for us, everybody of us. So together we are evolving. It's so beautiful, and we stay monthly together. We have also groups in WhatsApp, and so we do group sessions, and so you are learning always.
You become part of a family. You have your own family, spiritual family.
Yes.
Yeah, after the class is done, you can become part of a mentoring group. It's $10 a month. It's nothing. But to me, those $10 is your commitment that you do want to keep evolving, improving. As I was told by Spirit through one of my clients in a trance, in this planet, you humans need to assign monetary value to the things that you get in order to value what you're getting. Whatever you give for free, people don't value it. And I'm sorry, it is true. It is true. Sometimes while I was practicing, I was offering free sessions. People were not even showing up for the session. You give something for free, sometimes people don't value it. So the mentoring group is there, $10 a month. Why is a mentoring group? Because as you start practicing what you have learned during the class, you're going to have more questions. You're going to run into situations. So we get together once a month. It's a Zoom call, Zoom session, once a month, like for 3 hours. But then we have a platform where you can pose your questions, and we support each other. So we keep evolving. That's what it is. Thank you for mentioning about that. Useful.
Very useful. Yes.
Great.
Beautiful.
Awesome. So thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
And Catherine is here. She's not going to appear today. No, she's shy. But she's behind the organization. She's the one taking care of certificates and all accounting, you name it. She's there for me, and I'm so grateful for that. In a few days, I'm going to the Netherlands. The class starts on the 18th, from the 18th to the 22nd. If you're watching this video on time, I still have like one spot left in case you want to join. But thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support. And thank you to the universe for allowing me to be able to do this kind of work, do the sessions, be able to share knowledge, meeting beautiful souls like Judith and everybody that I met through the classes, and to be able to be in these type of places with my wife as I'm going to these classes and events. So thank you. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, thank you. Have a great time in Holland. I will be there with my heart.
Okay. Thank you. And I'm going to change the camera so you can see where we are kind of.
Yeah.
Here's where we are. Let me change this filter. There we go. And Catherine is hiding because she doesn't want to appear in the video, so no problems. So here we are. All right. So once again, thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.